Good afternoon. Thanks, Lilia, for your introduction. I welcome everyone to the webinar today, and it will be our pleasure to take you through the main points, the salient points of the current available routes in terms of immigration to Malta. And later on, my colleagues will also be taking a look at the business side. I don't know whether many of you are familiar with the island of Malta, but just as a brief introduction, Malta is located in the Mediterranean, although it is a very small island compared to other jurisdictions, yet it offers a lot of opportunities, not just in terms of relocation, but also in terms of the setting up or in terms of the relocation of business interests as well. So as you can see there, we're presenting some basic stats in terms of the island. So it's a very small island of around 316 kilometers square. The population is around 450,000. Obviously, that would typically increase, especially during the summer months and the popular tourism months, because it is a very popular EU destination for holidays. Also because of the fact that we have a very good climate with very mild temperatures. In terms of its political status and also in terms of its position within the EU, it is a full member of the EU as from 2004, and it also forms part of the Eurozone since 2008. In terms of other characteristics, I would say that if we were to look at the GDP and how Malta produces its current wealth, basically we're looking at an industry which is both local but also has attracted a lot of international investors, and we can look at different industries ranging from financial services up to the entertainment industry, up to crypto and also other digital assets. And we have also then the traditional spheres of manufacturing, also within the limitations obviously that we have in terms of the space, but there are very specific R&D projects also being conducted which add value also to specific industries like the pharmaceuticals and also the IT sector.
You can take control there.
Yes. Okay. Very well. In terms of the welcoming of international businesses, we can see that our regulators and also the main industry players are very much pro-international business, and this is also reflected in our regulations. So our laws are codified laws, so that gives us peace of mind that when we are applying a specific rule, we know what the outcome will be because all our laws are codified. In terms of operational costs, this also depends on the industry. However, when we do comparative studies, we can always see that these are around about 20 to 30% less in terms of the running cost of an operation. The tax system is one which is transparent. So as I said, all our rules are written down, and that means that we would know also of the outcome from a tax point of view. We pass on to the Global Residence Programme. This is another type of residence program, which is a special tax status. So it is aimed at achieving a tax status with no minimum presence requirements. Obviously, always taking into account that there is a timeline which we would need to prepare for in order to apply, which is approximately 5 to 9 months. It also gives visa-free travel in the Schengen areas, so this is one of the main advantages here. In Malta, we operate on a tax system wherein we look at both domicile and residence. So if an applicant is not domiciled in Malta but is resident in Malta, therefore we don't have the two attributes coexisting together, then the tax would be based on a remittance basis. So there is no worldwide tax to be paid, And this would mean that the applicant would not need to pay tax on all the income which they produce on a worldwide basis, but only on the income which they transfer to the island. Okay, there is double taxation relief available, also taking into account the large treaty network which we have in Malta. So we have more than 80 double taxation treaties in effect right now. Interestingly enough, with this program, we can also include domestic staff together with the family members. What are the eligibility criteria? So any nationality can apply for this program. In terms of investment in a residential property, again, we have the option of purchasing or renting with the minimum which we're showing here. So it's 220,000 for purchase of property, or else a rental of at least 8,750 per annum. We would need to prove that the main applicant is economically self-sufficient. We would obviously have to present valid travel documentation and other documentation, other due diligence documents. We would need to advise the applicants on taking on an EU health insurance, which is covering all the family. And even if they already have health insurance, this can be used as well. In terms of the minimum tax, which is applicable for this program, we are looking at a minimum of 15,000 annually for all the family.